Hi everyone and welcome back to our All Access Pass presented by Canadian Tire. I'm your host Tara Finley and it is day 4 here at the Canadian Tire National Skating Championships, and I am joined with the 4-time Canadian champion, 4-time world champion, and athlete ambassador at this event, Kurt Browning.
Right. I want a sash that says athlete ambassador.
Not competitor anymore, athlete ambassador.
Not a competitor anymore, no. I mean, I do compete with gravity all the time. And being here as an athlete ambassador just kind of, you know what it does? It gives me, as a fan, backstage pass. I literally am back there with all the skaters, and I get to meet these new young faces and some old friends to wish them good luck. And as ambassador, I do what I do every day, which is just spread the good word about skating. I do a lot of interviews. Part of my job is to kind of if the big stars on the ice can't, talk to the media, then I pitch in and I cover for them. But mostly my job is to be a cheerleader. So I love it.
Awesome. So figure skater to cheerleader to athlete ambassador to all of the above.
When I was competing, it was a lot sweatier. I've noticed that as ambassador, I don't quite sweat as much.
Well, you won your first medal in senior men here in '87. It was a silver.
That's what they say. On the podium with Brian Orser, right?
Very exciting.
Wow.
But what kind of memories? It was in this building that you won it. What kind of memories do you have being back here in Ottawa and in the same venue?
I mean, it's such a specific building with the unusual shape and the stands and stuff that it sticks in your memory as well. And to make that world team for the first time, and I remember my costume. Basically, my mom made my costume covered with sequins, and it was the big wide legs at the bottom, the flared legs, the bell bottoms. That was important. Had hair, so it was a lot of fun. And I saw a photograph the other day from that day, and posing with that silver medal and the big arch on my back and the shoulders back, and I was so proud. And that's a long time ago, but I still feel like that kid, and I still have the skates on, and I still perform, and I just haven't lost the love of the sport.
Well, speaking of kids and love for the sport, you've been here for the week and you've got to watch some of the novice and junior events. Yes. Has there been any event or performance in particular that stood out for you?
There's the junior men were really exciting, and I just the winner's his name's Stephen Gogliev, and Stephen is kind of a friend of mine. We're skating buddies, but I bump into him every 6 or 8 or 10 months, and just to watch him grow. And my joke that I've been saying to everybody, and hope you think it's funny, is that he's a very giving young boy. He's very shy, but very giving. He's actually donated 3 or 4 triple axels just to charity this week. He's so, to be, I think he's 11 or 12. Is he 12?
I think he's 11.
He's 11. And to see a quad and to see the skating skills, but he's just a humble little guy out there, and to watch him skate. A friend of mine said it'd be like watching Wayne Gretzky when he was in bantam hockey as a kid, to see something that special. So I hope the sport protects him. I hope he stays healthy, and I wish him best of luck on his journey.
Well, the future is definitely bright in Canada. We did see that this week.
Yeah, we got some great girls. We've got the senior ladies just finished practicing, and those 3 top girls, Alen and Gabby and Caitlin. Wow, they're really, really good. They're all fit and strong, and so it's really nice because we went kind of for a while there where Canadian skating, we didn't really have a ladies event that really was like, let's talk about the ladies event, but now we do. So.
Well, speaking of senior events, the practices started today. The events kick off tomorrow.
Yeah, the dancers are out there.
Their dancers are on behind us.
Looking so dapper.
What are you most looking forward to watch this week?
I'm really excited about the ladies event because I think it's going to be a good event. The Patrick Chan come back, and whether or not he'll throw quad sow again, because he needs that quad sow when he goes to Worlds. So I'm waiting for that moment. But the men's event after Patrick, it's like Patrick and then after Patrick, is really competitive. I think it's 5 or 6 guys that are fighting for one spot, race. I believe, and that's going to be that's going to be fun. So that's always my event. I'm basically skating each program when the men's event is on, and so I always look forward to that.
Well, you were a competitive figure skater. Now you perform professionally. I want to know a little bit about that transition and what it was like for you to transition from competitive skating to professionally performing.
It was kind of hard because. To explain, back when I turned professional, we call it, there was all these great events. And so I was competing against Brian Boitano, Brian Orser, Scott Hamilton, Stephen Cousins, some Todd Eldridge, amazing, Victor Petrenko. And so I finished competing, but I didn't finish competing.
Right. It was still competitive.
It was still very competitive. To win the world professional title, you had to beat Brian Boitano at home. And triple axels, the quad, everything. Yeah. So I had this great opportunity to still flex my skating muscle, but at the same time you were supposed to entertain. Right. So I would get caught sometimes between the two. So I would try to entertain, but I would miss my jumps, or I was only concentrating on jumps, and I wouldn't get the Scott Hamilton pizzazz factor, and Scott would win. And Scott actually talked to me about it, and he just spent a couple of minutes just going, just let you be you, and he helped me through the transition.
Well, that's great. Well, we're so excited to have you here, and we'll be back later on this week with Kurt Browning again,
sure,
as we preview the events and give a little bit about our thoughts and what we think is going to happen and go down.
All right.
So thank you again.
I love
your
precipice here.
We were lucky enough to have CTV lend us their desk. So thank you for joining us once again, and we'll be back later on today with more from the event.